All right. Hey everyone, and welcome to Hooping Live. For those of you who have been keeping up to date with this past week's events, then you probably know why tonight is a very special night of Hooping Live, and that's probably why so many of you have been so excited about this show. There was a video I posted, when was it, about like a week and a half ago, Craig? Yeah, about a week and a half ago, where I was asked by Craig, who is my manager, for those of you who don't know. If anyone's tallying how many times I say that, I will give you kudos, by the way. And he said he wanted me to do some reviews to show you guys what I like to use and what I do in my everyday life. And all I knew is that I definitely wanted to do a review of this product that I used. One second. So readily available. And actually, this is an empty box because I ate all of them. But I did it on these things called Beauty Bursts. That actually Bonnie Brown, for those of you who bought her hoops and stuff, she's the one that makes hoops for Hooping Live. You can get a discount code, by the way, if you go to hoopinglive.com and type in Hooping Live as a code. But I wanted to talk about these because I'm so bad at taking my vitamins because I'm not a big fan of like swallowing dry pills. I like to eat my vitamins or drink them or whatever I want to do. Anyway, long story short, made the video, and I kind of made a joke about how cool it would be if NeoCell saw that I had made this video, and the universe made them see it. So I am very lucky tonight to be able to introduce to you guys or how many we have? 3 in here right now? 3 of the awesome team members of NeoCell. And I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves. We'll go ahead and start out with Tim. If you want to say hi and kind of maybe talk about your affiliation with NeoCell.
Sure. Hey everyone, I'm Tim. I'm the National Educator for NeoCell, and I'm happy to be on the show. We're really glad that she did a review, and we love supporting people when they like our products. So I came to NeoCell originally because I was an athlete and I had a really bad twisted ankle. And I was teaching a sports nutrition class at a local college in San Diego. And one of my students came up to me and said, hey, you should try this collagen stuff. And here I am teaching about collagen, or about sports nutrition and injuries and injury recovery. And I didn't know anything about collagen. And so it kind of piqued my interest. I decided to check it out. I tried this stuff. I was on crutches when I did it at first. And sure enough, my ankle healed really quickly. So one thing kind of led to another, and I started working for the company. And here I am today as the National Educator for NeoCell.
That's so cool. That's a great way to come into the company, for sure. All right, thank you, Tim. And Lisa, would you like to go ahead and say a little hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello.
You're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
hi.
Hi.
I don't know, because my internet connection might be, it's showing me it's kind of slow, so sorry about that. I'm Lisa Belash, and I am a kettlebell sport competitor. And I basically competed in fitness and figure for quite a few years. And I never really used anything other than like branched chain aminos and L-glutamine and just regular protein shakes. And then when I went to the Fight Summit, I met Tim. And I started working at the NeoCell booth. And I tried the supplements for myself, and I really noticed some great results with it. I started having less pain in my elbows and my wrists and things like that, because kettlebell sport uses a lot of your joints over the muscles. So this stuff is extremely important for athletes like myself who are using, who are involved in a sport where the joints are being compromised every day. So I noticed a huge improvements in everything, and my skin and my hair and my nails and all that stuff too. So I started using it religiously, got results from it, recommended it to all my clients and friends and stuff, and other kettlebell people now are involved with NeoCell as well, and I'm an ambassador for them. So I really do promote the product because I know firsthand how great it is.
That's awesome. Yeah, having a good passion for what you're working for makes it a lot easier, for sure. Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. And then it looks like we also have Lana from...
Now, hold on just 1 second. I'm going to mute Lisa just because we're getting some feedback. And when you need to talk, Lisa, you just have to unmute yourself. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Audrey.
Okay. I was going to go ahead and introduce Lana as well. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah, that's right, Lana.
Lana. Hello, Lana. Would you like to go ahead and say hello to the Hoopers as well?
Hi, Hoopers. I'm a Brazilian jiu-jitsu athlete, and I got introduced to NeoCell by another jiu-jitsu athlete, and the products I use the most are probably the protein, the beauty burst, and I've been using the joint complex a lot. Jiu-jitsu is a really physical, close contact sport, so we're constantly, you know, being squished and smushed and just putting in weird positions. So I think the protein really helps me recover, and plus all the aches and pains in the joints just really helps when I take the collagen. So love it.
That's awesome. Cool, awesome. Well, thank you, NeoCell members, and I'm going to go ahead and let my lovely panel of Hoopers introduce themselves. For those of you who have watched the show already, you probably know who they are, but I'm going to go ahead and let Jenna say hello and give herself a little background information.
Hi, guys. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm Jenna. I've been hooping for about 3.5-ish years now, and I'm a local Kansan, born and raised here. It's really cold here now, so it's really hard to hoop outside, but, you know, when you live in a cold area, you got to make it work. So I'm very excited to have the NeoCell team on the show today. I had never heard of the brand until Audrey did her review for it, and so I'm very interested, and I am ready to learn things.
Yeah, awesome, cool. Well, would you want to get ready for doing a little demo while Will says hello?
Sure.
Cool beans. All right, Will, take it away.
All right, my name is Will Wymer. I have been hooping for a little bit under 2 years, and most of my flow is off body. It comes a lot from some martial arts background that I have, and I am actually really happy that NeoCell's here on the show with us today, too.
Of course you are. If you weren't, I would come find you. And while Jenna's getting ready, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. For those of you who don't know, my name is Audrey, also known as Audrey here on the YouTubes. I've been hooping for about 5 years, and when I moved to Ringling, I met a woman named Bonnie Brown. And Bonnie Brown is the sponsor of all the hula hoops on the show, and she works at the Vitamin Shop. And when I came to Ringling, I was very stressed out, dealing with a lot of anxiety moving away from home, and I wasn't really feeling very healthy, I guess you could say, because, you know, the food that colleges give you typically aren't the best. Even though Ringling says they'll accommodate to vegetarians, it's a lie. It's like a salad bar and cereal. So I had to start finding ways to find my own nutrients. So when I met Bonnie, she brought me into, this hair is like trying to like be the attention seeker today. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone, Audrey. Anyway, she bought me all these vitamins kind of at like a discount price, and I started getting really into like health and nutrients, and I never realized that, because everyone tells you if you take vitamins, if you take care of your body, it will make you literally feel different and better. And I always thought that was just kind of like a no-brainer, but I didn't realize how much it really does change how you feel in the morning, how you feel energized, how you're not sleepy after eating food. So when I actually started getting more interested in all this nutrition stuff, I went to her and said, you know, I wanted to take, I think, was it keratin? Maybe. I want to take like a hair, skin, and nails pill that would make me you know, have stronger hair, better skin, and better nails, because all of it was very weak. And I walked in, and NeoCell had a huge display in the front that was like the beauty bursts and stuff. And I love the like gummy vitamins and stuff. So she gave me a sample one, and I was really afraid to taste it, so I took like a little nibble of it, thinking it was going to taste chalky, because sometimes a lot of those vitamins taste really chalky and like not good at all. So I took a taste of it, and it tasted really good. And because they call themselves gourmet collagen soft chews, and they tasted like just like straight candy. And so I bought the whole thing of them, and it was like the best investment I ever made. I mean, I had friends come over, and I would be like, you have to try this. Like, this is incredible. They taste so good, and I've seen results. I mean, my skin has just like totally changed. And so that's why I did the review in the first place, because I'm not going to talk to you guys. You guys are like the most loyal followers and viewers I've like ever had, and I'm not going to tell you something that I don't believe in. And this stuff is incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and let Jenna do a quick demo. I'll hoop a little bit, and then we can start teaching you guys why beauty bursts are the thing for you. Okay, go ahead, Jenna.
All right.
Nice. That hoop catches the light so well.
I love it.
So pretty. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, really slow chest roll.
I love those. Those are the best. It's like slow motion epic chest roll from like Audrey.
I know, I never expect it to happen, and then it happens, and I'm like, okay.
You just go with it, just roll with it.
Exactly.
So if you guys see anything that Jenna or any of us do that you're curious about learning, you can ask us down below. If you just have something you want to say or get out of your chest, like just type it down below like you would any other comment. But especially tonight, this is your like chance to talk to NeoCell and ask them any questions about health, wellness, beauty. Obviously, a lot of them are, or pretty much all of them are very into the whole kind of active lifestyle. So this is like your like chance to really get on that, because I know a lot of hoopers are really into the you know, making a healthy lifestyle and healthy lifestyle choices. So think about questions. You can ask them whatever you want. I'm sure they're very open to it, as long as you don't get too weird. But you guys typically keep it pretty cool, unless, you know, who knows? I can't trust most of you, but who knows? Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick demo while you guys.
Hey, Audrey.
What's up?
Hey, have you ever heard of Michael Motion?
No.
No? Okay, because one of the moves that Jenna just did was totally one of his moves. So, you ever seen Labyrinth, the movie
Yeah.
Labyrinth? Okay. Do you remember the scene where David Bowie has got the crystal balls?
Yeah, I have one actually.
Okay, so my uncle is one of the most famous performing artists in the world. His name is Michael Motion. So that's actually him.
Wait, is he really tall?
He's like, I don't know, 5'11" or so. He actually started off with Penn Jillette, so Penn and Teller. Penn and my uncle, Michael Motion, lived next door to each other. They grew up in Greenfield, Massachusetts. So they went to the Big Apple Circus. Well, anyway, that scene is my uncle crouched behind David Bowie, doing that as David Bowie walked. So one of the things that he does, and it's a really famous bit of his, is he has these metal cylinders, and he doesn't actually do any hula hooping, but when Jenna was kind of going off to the side and using her thumb and coming back, that was, he like invented that move. He was the first one ever to do it. He won the MacArthur grant for like the genius performing artist or whatever. Anyway, it was just cool to see that on there because apparently, you know, it transcends a lot of different you know, performing arts and stuff too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's true. Michael Motion is a juggler. He received a fellowship from the MacArthur Foundation, the Genius Grant, in 1990. He appeared on the TV and PBS and did ads for Motorola and Cirque du Soleil, commissioned for Motion to create new work for their permanent theatrical circus in Las Vegas, Nevada. Motion is particularly known for contact juggling in the film The Labyrinth. The crystal ball manipulation scene performed by David Bowie. They were actually done by Motion. Oh, that is so cool.
Y'all should check it out. There's some really cool stuff that he does with the big hoop rings, and I think there's even a few scenes where he does 2 or 3 of them at the same time, but it's really similar to what you're doing right there. I mean, it's not around the waist or anything, but still.
Oh, yeah. It's incredible. If you go to, like, Flow Fest, which actually Will was at a couple years ago, we had a lot of those really great people with the contact balls and contact juggling. I mean, that stuff is so hard.
He tried to teach me one time. It was a it was a waste of time.
So hard. Yeah. Are you talking about kind of like where she was doing this?
Yes. Yeah. That exact type of move, and then he kind of went back and forth, and it looks like it's floating. That type of thing. Yeah. He invented that. That's his deal or whatever. That was his first thing.
That's so cool. So he made up like pretty much like isolating an object.
Yeah, and he does it with balls too. So he'll float a ball and he'll like roll it back and forth over his hands. He goes back and forth and kind of rolls it over, kind of like in the movie. It's pretty amazing. He does it all over his body. But even some of those moves where she rolled it over her chest and things like that, he was like the pioneer for the whole thing.
That's so cool how all this like comes together.
Yeah, right?
That's so cool. Awesome. Well, I'm going to do a quick demo and then we're going to get into this because I think that this is going to make for good conversation. And by the way, guys, I just filmed another hooping video, so get ready for it. And yes, it's Taylor Swift, so sorry. I can't get enough of it. Her album just came out and it's really good, so it's all I have in my head. All right, I'm stopping there because I'm too excited. All right, guys, so you don't have to hold back if you have any hooping questions. It's not like this is just going to be beauty related, but obviously Tim knows a lot about the flow arts for the most part. He knows about it, so he's kind of part of our family already. So let's go ahead and get to a couple of the questions that we have. We have one from Opie Taylor, says, "You are so gorgeous, Audrey Shear." Oh, thank you very much. We have a beautiful team of people here. Megan House says, "Hi, Audrey, Jenna, and Will. I posted my first hooping video today. If you three or anyone watching it would like to watch them and give me some feedback, it would be greatly appreciated. Love and light, Megan." If you want to post that to our hoopingLIVE Facebook page, I'm sure that everyone would love to watch it and give you a little bit of feedback. Gabrielle Dream says, "As a hooper, is it easier to do tricks if you do yoga? Also, do you do yoga? I've tried and it's really hard. I'm okay, but I don't know where to start." I do yoga as much as I can. I'm really bad about getting out and doing stuff like that, but I do try to. But it does help with flexibility. It can also help you become more kind of in tune with your body. Tim, do a lot of people over at, I don't know a lot about like what you guys do, like what's your facility like? Is it a lot of like health-based people or?
Yeah, we're a bunch of health nuts for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a certified clinical nutritionist and a certified clinical master herbalist, so whatever that's good for. I used to have a private practice in natural health, and pretty much everybody on our team is in some way affiliated with the natural health field and at least is interested in it. So, by the way, any questions about just general health, I'm happy to answer. I kind of like doing that stuff too. It doesn't necessarily have to be NeoCell or collagen.
Oh, perfect. That would be great. It's interesting because when you go to these hooping events, it's just like health everywhere. I mean, that's what I love about our community, is because kind of when you fall into it, you start falling into having a better lifestyle. So that's what's really cool about the flow community. But
I feel like any type of performing art, any type of athletic game or whatever, you have to have that nutritional part. And
absolutely.
Really, that's one of the reasons why I believe in NeoCell so much. It's just because it's kind of the foundation. It's kind of what keeps you on the field or doing whatever you want to do, because it helps the connective tissue. I'm a martial artist myself. We have a bunch of martial artists that we sponsor and everything. So I know Lana was on, and Lisa, of course. But I'm a judo practitioner, and I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu also. And after a million injuries, I kind of needed something to fix my joints. Even if people haven't had joint injuries, I mean, it's still important to kind of prevent it with different supplements. So NeoCell is great for that.
That's super cool. I didn't know that was something that was very prominent with those. I know Will is. Will, what do you specialize in?
I trained in Taekwondo and Hapkido.
Nice.
Okay.
The standing arts, the striking arts.
Oh yeah, the hard styles.
Right one.
Judo is very definitely conservative. It does a lot. Not conservative. I don't mean it in that way. I mean like it's a lot about taking your opponent's momentum and using it against them.
That's super cool. That's interesting that you have a lot of people that are into that over at NeoCell. Looks like we have a health question from O.P. Taylor. Says most vitamins are a waste of money. Now a B complex is good and a vitamin D is okay to take if you don't get outside much. But we mostly need minerals like zinc, magnesium, folic acid, and potassium. No calcium. Get that real vegetables. Good old sea salt has trace minerals, and people need to use real butter and eat a lot of red meat with the fat on.
I actually kind of agree with most of that, even being a clinical nutritionist. So, yeah, you know, I think B complex is good. There's a lot of biotin in some of our products. That's a B vitamins, B7, and that helps with kind of hair and nail, but also energy. And Audrey, you were saying that you noticed you had an energy increase when you were taking the Beauty Bursts, or was it? I think it was the infusion actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if vitamins are a waste of money. Personally, I've seen some pretty miraculous results.
Yeah.
But somebody that has a really good diet, you might not need to supplement with too much of it. But yeah, magnesium's a big one for me. I think zinc's important too, especially for like brain functioning and things like that. Men, testosterone, that's a really big one too. And then, yeah, eating a good diet. But, you know, our vegetables even now are deficient in a lot of the minerals, so taking extra supplements, it's really essential these days. There's been so much over-farming that it's a problem. And so that's really kind of where the supplement industry comes in and why it's so popular.
I agree with you. You know, Jenna and Will are both still in college. I just graduated in May, but like I said, I started taking supplements in college because it was hard for me to eat super healthy when I was in school, and sometimes it's hard to go buy organic and create really, you know, elaborate meals that are going to give you that nutrients. I mean, Jenna, what do you do? Like, do you even do anything for vitamins, or what's your status?
I eat like crap, honestly. Like, I am like a very typical college student. I love pizza, I love pasta, like I eat like crap, and I admit to it, and yeah.
Y'all youngins can get away with it. Wait till you're in your 30s. I tell you what.
See, that's what Bonnie told me, and that's why I panicked and started taking supplements. But the thing is, the pills, like I said in that video, I could not figure out a routine to be able to take them and want to take them.
They
And
call it pill fatigue. You ever heard that? It's like having a handful of pills. You can only take so much, and it's disgusting after a while. And that's why we have these consumable products, because we want people to look forward to taking it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like these, like just today, I had two of my friends over, and I was getting all pumped up for the show, and I actually like these more taste-wise. Well, it's a different consistency, but I really like the taste of the Biotin Bursts. They taste just like candy. I mean, I gave them to my friends, and I was like, try this. And they're like, what are you giving me, Audrey? Because I always give my friends the weirdest stuff. I gave one to my guy friend and one to my girlfriend, and they're like, oh, it's candy. Like,
yeah, what does it taste like to you? I always ask this. Everybody says like one or two things.
Well, if you're going to make me eat one, I guess I will. I only had one today because I knew I'd probably have to eat one on the show. But these are what they look like, guys. They're just kind of like these little squares in a wrapper, and they're very small and easy. This one is it's kind of squishy, and it looks like it has like little fruit bursts in it or something.
There's like two candies that everybody says, and it's like dead on.
Starburst and Skittles.
Okay, I was gonna say, and maybe I'm dating myself here, but did you ever have Big League Chew? It was like bubble gum that was in that pouch.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger in Little League or whatever. The grape flavor of Big League Chew or Bubblicious Grape are usually the two that people say.
I can taste that. I definitely think it tastes like a Starburst, a grape Skittles Starburst.
Yeah, that's pretty close too, yeah. And it's not a lot, by the way, we put some stevia and real sugar in it, so there's not a lot of calories. To put it into perspective, there's only about as much sugar as eating a third of an orange. So if you're, that's really not a lot of sugar. You're not going to be getting like fat or anything from it. It's
so good.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing that they're not like 200 calories.
I know, they're only 20 calories a serving. Oh, it's only one chew. Oh, I had two.
Oh no.
Ooh, bad girl. But yeah, I think that I don't know, it's just like an easy way to get what you need in life. Will, what do you do for nutrients?
I take a multivitamin. I also have to make sure that I'm taking proper like sodium, potassium, magnesium, just because I have a really bad water absorption problem where I constantly do not absorb water the way I'm supposed to. And it'll get to the point, even if I'm drinking like 8 glasses a day, where I stand up and just pass out. And so I have to really monitor my diet as well as different vitamins that I take, so that way that doesn't happen.
Wow, well, that's scary.
I don't think it's that scary. Everybody else around me thinks it's scary. I
just
fall down and like stand back up. I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. What are you talking about? Never leave me alone. I'm walking here.
At least I'm walking and breathing.
Yeah.
So what is the whole hype? I know a little bit about collagen. I knew that it keeps your skin looking nice, and I had a lot of skin issues in the past, which is why I kind of got into it. What's this whole, because I'm looking at, all the products he sent. It's all about like collagen and hydration of the skin and stuff like that. So tell us.
I'll give you the like quick rundown, because I don't want to get like lectury or anything, but collagen's just a protein, and it's in your body. It's everywhere. The most abundant substance in your body is water, and the second most is collagen. And it really forms the foundation of your body. I think of it like the studs of my house. It's a bunch of fibers woven together, and the way that they're woven together is how the tissue is determined. So like if it's wound in a gym rope, it might be a tendon, and if it's crisscrossed, it might be your skin. So 75% of your skin is made of collagen, and if you don't have enough of it, or if that collagen starts breaking down, that's why you start getting wrinkles. You can have drier skin. It can start to sag. all of that aging stuff. And so what collagen does as a supplement is it stimulates your body's natural collagen production to produce it faster. So after the age of 25, collagen production goes down, and then you take our supplements and it goes back up. So you rebuild those tissues, and that's kind of how it works. That's how it reduces the wrinkles and helps with your joints because it rebuilds the ligaments and tendons and bones and all that stuff. So it's really good for beauty. It's good for just general overall health. It's good for athletics. It should be the first thing somebody takes if they have a joint injury. It's really got a lot of different benefits, and whether you take it for one or the other, either way, you're going to be getting all of that benefit. So, you know, we call them beauty bursts, but they're good for joints too.
That's awesome. Do you feel like packaging in the name is more towards women, or do you? Because I felt like when I gave my guy friends it, they're like, you know, what am I taking? If you know, I don't want to take some like girl vitamin, but how do you deal with like kind of the more masculine market? Because I feel like guys that even work out in those huge gyms and are super buff should be, you know, taking advantage of this.
Yeah, I think a lot of the beauty market is buying collagen for their skin, hair, and nails, and so our packaging maybe is like pink and or purple, and it's a little bit more skewed towards the women. But for guys, by the way, it can help retain your hair and thicken your hair too. And we have in the background of you is our Collagen Sport bottle, and Collagen Sport is maybe a little bit more guy focused, even though female athletes can take it too, of course. But that has collagen for your connective tissue to keep your joints strong. It has whey in there, so you have your muscle recovery. We add glutamine in there as well. It has kind of maybe a little bit more, you know, male-friendly packaging there.
Absolutely. And that's what I thought when I first got it. I was like, oh, they sent... The first thing I thought when I saw it, so I'm like, oh, these are what like the really strong men use. And then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it's for like muscles, joints, energy, and then it's also collagen. So that's super cool. It's like everything in one.
So that product right there is the main thing that I took. I just finished doing a physique show. I was like up on stage with my board shorts on and getting judged and all that stuff. It's not about bodybuilding, but it's about, you know, having like a strong and healthy physique. So in the past, I've had so many injuries, I really couldn't do something like that. And I'm 35 years old, going on 36 soon, and I just needed a reason to get back into shape like I was in my 20s. And I had like weightlifter shoulder, I had all these crazy injuries from judo, and as soon as I started taking collagen, all of that went away, and I was able to lift hard again. I was able to like go hard in the gym. I could practice again at judo where I'd had to stop before. And so I just kind of set a goal, and that's really the product that I took. After every single workout, it's absolutely essential. And by the way, if anybody wants to check it out, I have like my before and after pictures posted. I lost 28 pounds of muscle and gained about 8 pounds of fat in 17 weeks. Or let's switch that around. Like I lost 28 pounds and I gained about 7 or 8 pounds of muscle in 17 weeks. So that's really
that's incredible.
Yeah, not a lot, and really I attribute it to our Collagen Sport product and going hard at the gym and having a good diet.
Of course. Well, you know, that's kind of an interesting thing that you say that, because a lot of the hoopers and flow artists are people that say, you know, we're not big gym people. We don't like to go to the gym. We like to go out to a field and like prance around. Is it still going to be as efficient if we don't go to the gym and work out super hard?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So anytime you're doing anything, regardless of what athletic activity it is, you're putting stress on your joints. I mean, that's kind of what you're doing is moving your muscles, and even if it's in a nice, you know, type of flow and it's not, you know, raging at the gym, you're still going to be stretching and twisting and pulling all of those ligaments and tendons, and you need to keep those strong and you need to keep them flexible. And one of the things that happens is not only do our joints get weaker as we get older, but they get kind of more brittle. It's almost like they dry out and they fray, and they just don't hold together as well, and that's when you start getting tendonitis and ligament tears and all that stuff. So especially, you know, spinal cord, ligaments, tendons, and the cartilage in there for you guys, all of that, your hips. I mean, that's all connective tissue, really.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome to hear that, because we have a lot of people that are saying that, you know, have been a couple injuries that a lot of hoopers will get, which that relates to. So I feel like that's going to be really good for a lot of my viewers to look at, and the Hooping Live viewers as well. Let's move on to a couple questions we have for you. We have one from, hold on, let's go up here. Well, first of all, Jenna, your aunt, Mindy, says, awesome demo.
Aw, thanks, Aunt Mindy. Hey, Audrey, she also texted me and wanted to know where you got your shirt.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Forever 21.
There you go, Aunt Mindy. I hope you're still watching.
Okay, so remember in my Shake It Off video how I take a drink before the video starts?
Yeah.
In the video that I made this past time, I went like this. I was like,
oh.
it's so lame, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get to some of these questions about the vitamins. Wait, Uncle Tim. Oh, okay. Becca Smith says, that's so awesome about your Uncle Tim. It's interesting how a lot of things are connected, like the arts. Like that. Yes, that is really cool. That is so cool. And I remember hearing about him. That was like
cool stuff. There's a YouTube video of him. Just type in Michael Motion, and by the way, it's M-O-S-C-H-E-N. It's not M-O-T-I-O-N, like moving motion. Our last name is spelled weird.
So that's your last name, right?
It's my mother's maiden name. So
okay.
M-O-S-C-H-E-N is how you spell it.
That is so cool.
It's a good
statement. Wow. Oh, he is really good at those. Okay, cool. I'll post a video of him on the Hooping Live page so everyone can check him out. Okay, so we have, let's see, we have a question from Michael. Hi, Audrey. I've been watching the show since the beginning. It's great how you incorporate both hooping and personal lifestyle information on the show. The NeoCell must be your secret to fabulous skin. I injured my knee a year ago while running. I can still run but have knee pain. Does NeoCell have any products that can help with that and with general energy?
Yeah, good question, and it's one that I get all the time. Runner's knee is probably the most common injury that I see. So without getting too technical, joints are made of 4 things, and there's 2 bones that come together, and on the end of each bone is a cap, and that's cartilage. It's kind of in between there, so the bones don't rub and crash together. The ligaments connect the bones, and then tendons connect the muscle to the bone. So ligaments, tendons, cartilage, and bone are the 4 things that really are important when we're talking about joints. So I wanted to go through that because runner's knee is basically the cartilage that's in between those bones. It will tear. You've heard of meniscus tears. That's basically what's happening. And it's like a crack in your cartilage. And so when you're running and you are pounding on the pavement like that, you are really smushing that cartilage, and if it cracks, it's a big deal. So what you want to do, it gets a little bit weird when you're talking about runner's knee, but the products that are being displayed right here are not the ones that you want for runner's knee. Cartilage is a very specific type of collagen, so you want type 2. And so we have something called type 2 collagen joint complex. It's a blue bottle. You can find it like everywhere. It's in Whole Foods, it's in Vitamin Shop, wherever you want to get it. So remember, type 2 collagen, it's the joint complex. It has glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid as well. So all 4 of those are what makes up cartilage. It's awesome. I have had people come up to me, say their runner's knee is totally fixed. I had a lady say that she had an x-ray of her disc that's also cartilage in your back and your vertebrae that was split, and she took that product and it healed, and she has before and after x-rays, and her doctor's like freaked out. So really, really good stuff. You might want to check that one out.
Oh, that's awesome. I did not know all of that about it. All I thought when I saw this was like, oh, it's going to make my hair grow, my skin look better, and my nails grow. I had no idea that it affected so many other parts of the body.
Yeah, it's everything, and for beauty, usually people start noticing their nails grow faster first. I think you noticed that too, right?
Yeah, that's literally the first thing. The second thing was that my skin, a lot of the redness that happened, it started looking a lot like less red and more plump.
Yeah.
Like it felt like, I don't know, better.
Well, it increases hydration. We actually just did a study. It shows that you get up to a 50% increase in skin hydration just by taking our collagen. So you're going to get that. You're going to get it's kind of like a grape to a raisin. If you rehydrate your skin, you know, that wrinkly grape skin, it gets all smooth. And so that's kind of how it works in the skin is it'll smooth out all of that stuff. All the redness goes away. I'm 35, and I have an employee that I manage in Minneapolis. He's this kind of 55-year-old guy, and first time I ever met him, and I was doing a training with him, like sitting down in the Whole Foods, and he goes, I don't know if you know anybody from Minneapolis, but they have like this kind of twangy or like nasally voice, and he's like, man, ever since I've been taking that collagen, my nails are growing like crazy. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird. You know, first thing I noticed too is my nails were growing fast, and we had this like really weird, awkward silence, and I just go like, are we two like middle-aged dudes talking about our nails right now? Like, but it's because it's so obvious. It's such an obvious thing that happens that, you know, people notice it right away, and even we talk about it.
That's so funny. And you know, it's so crazy you said that, because it literally is, guys. I'm like, he is not kidding. That is the first thing I noticed. I mean, I painted my nails like 2 days ago, and I'm already like I know like a lot of girls know that the cuticle, like you'll see kind of where the nails grow, and they've already grown like so much, but they're stronger too. It's not that they're just growing longer; they become stronger, and they're not as brittle.
Yeah, and it increases the so not only does it get thicker and it grow faster, but it increases the strength and flexibility. So if you're worried about your nails chipping, you don't want them to be like really rigid. So it increases the flexibility, so when it does get hit or whatever, it has less chance of breaking too.
Yeah, and I know a lot of hoopers have nail breaking issues. I know a lot of the Jenna's like, yup. Okay, well, let's get to some of these other questions because we have a lot of them. We have Junebug, who I've seen before, said, ordered my beauty bursts, can't wait to get them. That's awesome. Anyone that orders them is going to have to tell me, because I feel like we're part of like a secret like little beauty gathering. Okay, so we also have a comment from Orestes. We'll go with that. Hey Audrey and NeoCell team, it's Danny from Unity of the Hula Hoopers. It's great to see you again. I'm a bit of a busty body. I do a lot of working out, mostly heavy lifting and cardio 5 days a week. Unfortunately, I don't eat as well as I should. I'm working on it though. But does NeoCell have anything to help with muscle fatigue or energy levels? Also, do you have anything for proteins? I want all of the gains.
Yeah, so collagen doesn't directly affect energy. It's not like it's a B vitamin, which does affect energy. The Biotin Bursts help fat and carbohydrates convert into energy and just kind of make you have a little bit of an energy boost. It can help a little bit with weight loss and stuff too, but really it's not one of the main things. As far as the best thing, sounds like for her, would be the Collagen Sport, that orange bottle that you held up before. It's really an all-in-one recovery complex for what she's doing, and so it'll help with muscle recovery, joint recovery, gives you a full multivitamin, multimineral blend, and antioxidants for soreness. The thing with that, though, is people ask about energy, and so here's what I think about it is, when you are tired after a workout, like I would get really tired a day or two after a super hard workout, it's because the body needs to repair, right? And so your body literally is like down regulating you. You don't want to be exercising, because if you keep going, you haven't repaired everything, and your body's like, hey, hold on, wait for me to like fix what you just damaged. So collagen helps to, with that Collagen Sport especially, both your muscles and your joints. So I notice that I don't get tired the next day. It's not like a pre-workout where you're going to get energy from caffeine or anything. It just helps you recover, and so you're not as fatigued afterwards.
That's awesome. I've noticed that as well. After even just hooping, it's like you just kind of lose energy. But I think Tim was talking about earlier. They sent this gift to me. It's the Beauty Infusion Refreshing Collagen Drink Mix. And all I did was I just put it comes with like a little scoop in it. And I'll show you guys. It comes like a little baby scoop, and you just like one little scoop, and I just put it in a normal glass of water. And I was really nervous about tasting it because I know a lot of these products kind of have, like I said, kind of like a chalky taste to it, and it just tasted like almost like it was like a Kool-Aid mix or something. But it was really refreshing, and it's incredible what all of this does. And it's refreshing to have a company that is so like aware of health, but still being effective and not being like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably not. But
I think I've tasted some of those bursts in some of the other mixes, and frankly, they're disgusting. So for the Beauty Infusion that you just had up, we took 8 months to perfect the flavor, and I cannot tell you how many times we went back and forth. And it was like, after a while, I'm like, no more Beauty Infusion. I don't want it anymore. But we wouldn't settle, and so we really nailed the flavor on all of our products. We don't just put something out there to get it out there. We want to make it right. So, yeah.
You really did. You nailed it on the head. I mean, and I'm not saying this just because I love you guys already, but like, I mean, I wouldn't have made a video in the first place if I didn't think that your products were worth reviewing. And I mean, the flavor is amazing. And also, I went to Ringling, the art school here in town, and Jenna's super creative, Will's super creative, so they'll appreciate this as well. The packaging is just like awesome.
You know who does that? The owner's daughter. It's a family-owned company, and a bunch of the family members work for it. And Dana is her name, and she does an amazing job. I mean, they're beautiful.
They really are. I mean, it's like holographic packaging. I mean, when you walk, you can't miss it. You walk into these nutrient stores, and everything is just like beautiful. Even they're like this is a like hydraulic acid. It's like a blueberry mixture, and even that is beautiful. I mean, like the gold and the blue. It's just it's very visually pleasing, and so it's really impressive to see a company that is so just aware of their consumer, because a lot of these other places just kind of they're very focused on, I don't want to say the money, but you can tell that you spent so much time perfecting the flavor in these.
Yeah, and we don't put anything artificial in there. We're not like throwing a bunch of crap in there. We're a natural health company. I mean, I was a natural health practitioner. I'm not gonna like leave my practice to go work for some like chemical company that throws a bunch of junk in there. So you don't have to worry about all those like aspartame sweeteners or GMO stuff or all of that junk. I mean, we really source everything as ethically as possible. We make sure that all of our products are clean and beneficial.
That's awesome. Speaking of which, we also have another question about the Beauty Bursts. Mindy McCrary says, do the Beauty Bursts help with hydration even if you're over 40?
It's never too late. So Beauty Bursts have hyaluronic acid, and it's not something that I've talked about, but we say that collagen and hyaluronic acid are kind of best friends in the body. So again, the number 1 substance in the body is water, and the number 2 substance is collagen. And I almost think of it like grapes on a vine. The collagen fibers have the hyaluronic acid molecules attached to it, kind of like the grapes, throughout the body. And what hyaluronic acid does is it's called nature's moisture magnet. It pulls moisture into whatever tissue it's located in. So that's kind of like a technical way of saying that when you eat the Beauty Burst, because of the hyaluronic acid, it pulls moisture into the skin, so you get that hydration effect. Now, in addition, and this is especially important for hoopers, if anybody's ever felt creaky, that can be helped with hyaluronic acid. I think there was a gold bottle that you held up before, like a smaller one. Yeah, so the hyaluronic acid blueberry, and then that one. So what that is joint fluid. Basically, it helps with joint fluid. So hyaluronic acid, I talked about that that whole structure of the joints. In between it, the oil in there, you would say, is hyaluronic acid, and that's what keeps it all kind of flowing and moving smoothly. So I almost think of it like the stuff that Dorothy gave the Tin Man. You know, like it's kind of like stuff that made him less creaky. Or you could almost think of it like an oil change for the joints. So hyaluronic acid is really important. We put it in a lot of our other products, but we have the standalone ones as well if you just kind of want that lubrication effect and the skin hydration effect.
That's awesome. Some of those things you're talking about, I feel like are not a lot of things that are thought about. And when you sent me that, when I was told that you guys, or I think it was you specifically that wanted to send this, it said Nature's Moisturizer, and I have super dry skin. You know, Jenna lives in Kansas, and when it gets cold out there, it gets dry. And I mean, we get like crackly fingers, and I don't know if that helps for it.
Absolutely. Every time I go to Vegas, because it's super hot and dry, I make sure I bring my hyaluronic acid so I don't dry out. But yeah, absolutely.
And then you also, well, let's go to a quick comment real quick. Make sure you can get through as much as we can. Kevin Dolan says, as always, Audrey is ahead of the curve. Good show. Thank you. Lydia Garrett says, my mom had her cartilage removed from her right knee, and she has terrible pain. She is allergic to fruits and veggies and can't eat anything flavored with such. Is there anything from NeoCell that would help her?
That's being allergic to fruits and veggies. That's tough, and I'm sorry to hear about the knee.
Oh my God, that's very sad.
Yeah, man. So I'll tell you a quick story. We have a guy, if anybody wants to look it up, his name is Russ Jones, and Russ was the first ever triathlon winner in the entire world. Back in 1979, I think it was, in San Diego was the first triathlon, and the first time they ever gave out a trophy for a winner. He won it, and he is still competing in triathlons to this day. And he also has massive knee injuries from all that running and biking. So he doesn't have any cartilage in either one of his knees, and he takes that type 2 collagen joint complex. Again, that has type 2 collagen, which is what makes up cartilage, glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid for the joint lubrication. So he attributes that product specifically to keeping him going. You should check him out. He does a lot of interviews and stuff with us. Pretty inspirational guy. So the hyaluronic acid and the type 2 collagen joint complex, both of them are kind of like unflavored or whatever. They're pills. So if you don't want any of that consumable stuff, you can just try those. So the gold bottle that Audrey's holding up is just the pills, the hyaluronic acid pills. That's probably what I'd start with. And then the bottle that she doesn't have it's a blue bottle, and it's called the type 2 collagen joint complex. So take those two together, and that will really, really help out.
Cool, awesome, thank you, Tim. That's good to know. I can't imagine having those restrictions, but it's good to know that NeoCell has the ability to provide that for so many people. I also want to say that, you know, I did a lot of research on your company, and you guys are like crazy popular over in Asia and Europe. And a lot of people know that Asia and Europe are always the ones that, you know what's going on, you know, before everyone else. Because especially with Asia, being a kind of a beauty fanatic, I know that they're always into having plump, beautiful skin. And all these kind of like, you know, Japanese, Asian, you know, whatever women are loving your products. I mean, what happened with that? I mean, did you guys plan on having a huge burst over there, or did you guys plan on having a beauty burst over there?
Yeah, right? Nice. I like that. You know, it's funny. Asians have wonderful skin usually, and they know what works, and so they put a lot of care into it, and we've been very popular over there. It's funny because, especially, I lived in San Diego for a long time. I'm down in Austin now, but in San Diego, Japanese women would come over, and they would bring literally entire suitcases, and we've seen them go to the aisles and just dump like an entire shelf's worth of collagen into their suitcases and buy the whole store out because it's more expensive over there. So they go and they just like, it's part of their vacation shopping spree. So it's one of those things, you know, they know what works. So yeah, it's kind of neat that we're so big over there.
Yeah, it is super cool. I mean, that's like, and I know I've been saying this the whole time, guys, but like, I have like dealt with so many skin issues in my past. I've never like not like I guess like in the past couple of years, but I was not eating healthy, and my skin kind of started. I started getting these horrible rashes and puffy eyes. I mean, it was not cool at all. And when I started eating healthy, I started realizing like I was starting to get like, and so no one give me crap about this, but I'm starting to see where I'm going to have wrinkles when I get older. Like you can just kind of see it a little bit. I don't know if, you know, Will or Jenna, if you guys are starting to see those areas, but like I can, and I like panicked. I'm like, oh, I gotta figure something out now. So I started taking it, and this stuff literally has made my skin. I mean, taking these supplements, guys, and I don't even know if you can call them a supplement at this point. I mean, this is just like my daily treat. I mean, I have to like literally say, okay, Audrey, you have to like wait. It's like my reward to be able to have one of these. It's like like if you clean your room, you get to have your beauty burst or something like that. I know it's crazy. I'm a little crazy. It's okay. But anyway, my skin has just changed so much, and everyone always says, you know, Audrey, how do you have good skin? And I haven't always had good skin, but this stuff just makes it feel so much stronger. It's nice, and I feel like I'm more hydrated, and that glow that happens when you're taking care of yourself has really come out. But I have to say, I do eat them every day. It's not like I just kind of eat one here or there, which I'm sure could work as well. But I mean, I eat these every day.
I think consistency is important. Yeah. By the way, the redness and all that stuff, a lot of times that's a biotin deficiency. That's one of the reasons why we put it in our products. So the Beauty Infusion has it, that powdered drink mix, and then the purple bottle, or the purple box, those Biotin Bursts have it. So biotin, super, super important for you, it sounds like.
I just want to like swim in a whole pool of these. I have to be good though, because I mean they taste really good. I mean, like to the point where sometimes I'm like, maybe 3 is not bad. I mean, because this is like you can only have 1 chew. This is 2 chews.
You can have 4 beauty bursts though. You can have up to 4. Actually, you could probably have up to 6, but yeah, you're doing okay to have more than 1 or 2.
Well, if that's the case.
The first time I ever saw the Biotin Bursts, I live in Austin, but our company is based in Irvine, so I went out to our company, and they're like, hey, look at our new product. And I'm not even joking, I literally ate an entire box of the Biotin Bursts. I'm like, wow, this stuff is amazing. Like, they're like, you know, you're only supposed to eat 1 of those. I'm like, oh my god, I just had so much biotin. But that's how good they are. And you can't OD on them, so...
Yeah, you cannot die. NeoCell will not kill you, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, they're very soft. They're like a starburst.
Now, Audrey, while you're eating, I wanted to announce we are going to have an after show.
Oh, sorry.
And you're gonna put the link on the hoopingLIVE page for people that want to come in. Tim, can you hang around for another 5 or 10 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Audrey, can you get that link posted as soon as possible, because we don't want to keep him too long, and we want to be able to meet some people if they decide to come in. And this is for anybody that's watching that wants to come in and just say hi to some of the panel members. Audrey's going to post the link on the hoopingLIVE Facebook page. and that'll be your opportunity to pop on in and say hi.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to wrap the broadcast here in just a couple minutes.
So for those of you who did not get your answers questions answered, we will be sure to, keep tabs on this video. I'll get as many of them answered as you want. You guys can always continue to ask questions. You guys asked a lot of great questions tonight, and we're super grateful for NeoCell not only being awesome to Hooping Live and coming on, Tim, and to Lana, and everyone else that wanted to be a part of this. Jean, who I've been talking to as well, was just very supportive and whatnot. They love the hooping community. They've made that very clear, and the fact that they're able to send this stuff, hopefully I can maybe go over to Bonnie, and Bonnie and I can help figure out a way to get you guys some of this stuff, because this is the coolest vitamin I've ever taken. It tastes so good. Even I can't talk about it anymore. I'm literally gonna go on forever. I'm if something tastes good, I kind of get crazy. If you get addicted to a food, it's kind of like that, except it's healthy, so it works. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let Will and Jenna say their goodbyes. I know they didn't talk a lot today, but we are still excited to have everyone on the show. So Will, if you want to go ahead and give your information so they can find you elsewhere.
All right. You guys are certainly welcome to add me on Facebook, either my performance profile or just me on Facebook, Will Wymer, W-Y-M-E-R. I also have, I just actually got booked for an event on Christmas Eve in Philadelphia in Love Park. We're supposed to be doing a bunch of fire spinning stuff there, so I hope to see a bunch of you guys out there for that.
Ooh, that would be cool. Merry Christmas, Will.
Oh.
All right, Jenna, my love. By the way, your internet looks great tonight, and thank you for that beautiful performance.
Oh, yeah, not a problem. I'm happy that the internet is cooperating today, because that was really annoying last week. But yeah, if you guys want to find any of my pages, on Facebook or Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, all that good stuff, just go to the Hooping Live webpage, hoopinglive.com, and go click on my name in the sidebar, and that will take you to a page that has all of my links, which I actually need to update because I do have a performance page now. I'll post a link to it on my personal Facebook page. If you want to go find it, add me on Facebook, and I'll add you, and then you can find the page for that. So, yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Jenna. Tim is going to be sticking around for this little after party that we're having. It's going to kind of just be something where if you want to come in live and talk to us face-to-face, you can. If you want to just talk to us through normal messaging, you can as well. But we'll kind of answer more personal questions one-on-one time, meet everyone, get the chance to meet the one and only man from NeoCell that has been so gracious to come on the show tonight. And if you want any information, you can email me at info@hoopinglive.com. You can also make that subject to Craig, Will, Jenna, anyone part of the Hooping Live team. We're always willing to answer your questions. Jenna and Will are full of information, and Craig is always happy to help you out with any kind of background stuff. If you want to be a part of the Hooping Live team, you can go on the Hooping Live website, find out the application, or just email any of us, and we're happy to talk to you. We have a ton of positions open still. Even if there is a position filled, we're always looking for more people to be a part of the team. And yeah, so like I said, my name is Audrey, known as Audrey here on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, hoopinglive.com, Hooping Live Facebook, Hooping Live Twitter, all of the social medias. We're on all of them. And I want to give a big thank you to NeoCell and Tim and everyone that was a part of this tonight. It has been the fact when I found out that NeoCell wanted to even be a part of Hooping Live, if Craig was there for it, I literally ran around my house and started screaming. So that's how excited I was. So if you guys have a local vitamin shop, or I think Where else can you find the products, Tim?
Whole Foods, if you have Sprouts near you, in like California or Texas. Pretty much everywhere. I mean, we're carried all over the place. So we have a store locator on our website if you want to go check out and put in your zip code. And I want to encourage also people, if you want just general information or find out more, I have a blog that I write on our website. So including the whole physique thing, and then also just kind of general health information. And that's just neocell.com, like our Facebook page, Twitter, all that good stuff, and we have coupons and stuff on our Facebook page too.
Oh, great, cool, awesome, thank you, Tim. Well, we will go ahead and wrap up the show. Thank you, everyone, for watching. There are so many of you tonight, which is great. I always like to think that I'm standing in front of a stage and like looking at everyone, and it makes me so grateful to think that so many of you have been such, you know, dedicated viewers to the show. And hopefully, we'll see a lot of you in this after party thing. I'm about to post the link, so come in. Don't be shy. I promise we're a ton of fun. We have cats and we have other things. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week, Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, here on hoopingLIVE. Goodbye.